Supergirl, issue 8, legacy number 277, Sophie Campbell writing with Henning on the art. So this is just you reading this, Matt. Take it away.
Yeah. Yeah, so, the last couple issues of this have... One of them was a Halloween issue, which, that's fine. The last one was a Thanksgiving issue, and it did, what Thanksgiving means with all these characters.
Christmas issue?
Yes. So now we're getting to a Christmas issue, and it's Lesla not, fully understanding Christmas because she's Kryptonian and right, she's from Kandor. But it kicks off with Campbell doing that weird Silver Agey thing where they try to bring in things that happen in the Silver Age like they're canon, which again, at the end of the day, does not matter because it's story to story, but it started to rub me the wrong way because it's going to, I don't know if this has really happened, and I didn't have time to research it, but when Kara first came to Earth, apparently Clark and Lois put her in an orphanage, and that is where the Danvers got her from. And because she was Supergirl still at the time, living in this orphanage, in order to balance both roles as Linda and as Supergirl, there was this robot that she kept in a tree outside the orphanage. And so, as we're talking about Christmas and Lesla trying to, figure out the snow and the cookies and what the whole spirit of it is, we have this subplot with Kara feeling like she's not being able to be there for everybody. And that ends up taking persona, that doubt, that self-doubt, in the form of this robot that she left behind in the orphanage for who knows how long now. And the robot comes back, and we get some real creepy, it's in shadow, red eyes, asking, Mistress why, because it calls her Mistress, destroying stuff in the Danvers house. So Lesla and Kara go to search for her, and they find this robot in the tree, and Kara has this really hard time being like, I can't believe I left you behind, and this type of thing, I gotta be better, why does this keep happening? And, Lesla ends up talking her down and be like, no, you're Kara, the Supergirl, you're able to keep doing all these things. Look what you've done for me, and look what you've done for everybody else. And we get the kind of this, spirit of Christmas with the Danvers back at the house, where Lesla makes cookies for Kara, and they're in the shape of the Superman S. And it goes outside, and it looks like Kara has buried this robot outside of a tree outside the Danvers house. So it's almost like she's putting those self-doubts, into the ground. And I was just like, this is like, I understand the Christmas thing, right? And we got to do this, but bringing this weird robot into it as the form of these doubts, and there's a bunch of other stuff that we've encountered, right? And we've had this, undercurrent of things that are happening in the town with Lesla, with Lena Luthor, the new character that also has an L name, and it made it really hard for me to want to finish the issue, just because it was like, all right, well, this robot adage is weird. Like, suddenly it becomes Megan 3, there's this robot that is like, I can't believe you left me. Why would you do that? And it's almost like Kara's survivor guilt, I guess, to all of this. And it kind of loses its Christmas focus at that point, where the last two issues really honed in on Halloween and Thanksgiving. So Heining's art's great. I enjoyed Heining in Spirit World. Like, that was a real fun book. So the art really sings. The robot looks creepy, because by the time that Kara and Lesla get to her, she's kind of deteriorating. So there's wires and stuff sticking out, and one of the eyes is gone, not fully Terminator red, but there's red iris in the pupil, you know what I mean? There's the red, the white of the eye, and then the iris and the pupil are red. So it gives it this weird, almost human, uncanny valley. So that looks cool. But yeah, it's making, each of these last issues have made it hard for me to want to go back and read it still, because I'm feeling a lack of cohesion between the stories, and almost a lack of identity. in what it means for a Supergirl book. And not that it needs to be like up there with Superman and participating in all the crossover type stuff, but I thought we were in a really good place. And now it just seems like we're telling these weird, not for me stories, So so I think this is gonna be my last one. We'll see how much that sticks, because I've said silly things before, right? But yeah, as of now, I'm probably gonna get off the bus, and unless I hear other things. But yeah, so I'll give this a 6 out of 10.